What chances does a soldier have of surviving a drone attack?
Maybe 10%.
It is a surgical instrument almost.
Arunas Kumpis is an experienced drone pilot. He's been volunteering with Ukrainian forces for several years. Robert Tollest is a land warfare researcher at the London-based Royal United Services Institute. They spoke to DW about why drones are now the deadliest weapon on the front lines in Ukraine. The most common type, known as first-person view drones, are relatively cheap. They can be bought at an electronics store or even online. But when equipped with explosives, they become guided bombs that are extremely difficult to counter. Why can't soldiers just shoot them down?
Drone is moving 150 kilometers per hour. It's extremely difficult to hit it by gun. You can hit drone only from the distance from 30 to 50 meters, and it is also dangerous.
What kind of shelter is effective against FPV drones?
Every shelter is better than don't have it. For the drone operator, is more difficult to operate in forest or inside buildings. Of course, you can fly from the window if it's, for example, 50 centimeters on 50 centimeters square.
You'll hear stories on both sides where soldiers are just trapped in basements. They can't leave for days on end. You know, if there are drones outside.
Soldiers often use devices to disrupt the drones' signals. Does this work?
Jammers has two limitations. It's frequencies and power of jammer.
You can jam a lot of the frequencies that these drones operate on, but you can't jam all of the spectrum all of the time. You'll jam your own drones, you'll jam your own communications if you're not careful.
What effect have drones had on troops' morale?
There are quite disturbing reports on both sides of soldiers returning to the front and just hearing sounds that resemble a drone, you know, like a distant hedge trimmer or something, and basically being re-traumatized. They can cause panic in the ranks when drones are heard. Often soldiers will shoot down one of their own drones because they just panic, they don't know whose it is.
Are FPV drones the future of war?
I think anyone who tells you they know exactly how drones are going to influence the next war might be a bit dishonest. We have powerful air forces that the Ukrainians famously lacking in, and the Russian air force is quite disorganized. So we might not fight quite like Ukraine in this highly, you might say, dronized kind of way. And the Russians as well have been forced into that position because of their relatively weak air power on some parts of the front.